The Democratic Party. The Democratic Party was founded in 1828. It started with Andrew Jackson at the helm, fighting the elite for the average Joe. The donkey became the Democratic Party's symbol during Andrew Jackson's 1828 presidential campaign. Jackson was called a jackass by his rivals due to his stubbornness. Now, instead of rejecting this label, he adopted the donkey as a symbol of his determination and perseverance. This move linked the donkey closely to Jackson and eventually the Democratic Party as a whole. 1824 and the corrupt bargain. The 1824 presidential election was highly controversial, marking a pivotal moment in U.S. politics. Andrew Jackson, Henry Clay, John Quincy Adams, and William H. Crawford all vied for the presidency. Jackson led in both popular and electoral votes, but lacked the majority needed to outright win the election, pushing the decision to the House of Representatives. There, Henry Clay supported Adams, who won, and then made Clay his Secretary of State. This move sparked accusations of a corrupt bargain from Jackson's camp. The election's aftermath saw significant changes in politics, including the end of the Democratic-Republican Party and the formation of the modern Democratic Party, setting the foundation for today's two-party system. The Andrew Jackson era. The Andrew Jackson era was seen as a push for democracy for all, slashing voting restrictions and taking a firm stance on states' rights. Now keep in mind, in those times, democracy for all only pertained to white American men. The 1850s saw the party split over slavery, foreshadowing the Civil War and the eventual Republican victory under Abraham Lincoln. Post-Civil War, the Democratic Party, dominant in the South, turned conservative, especially against civil rights. Ending Reconstruction in 1877, they enforced Jim Crow laws, promoting segregation and voter disenfranchisement. During the Civil Rights era, however, internal party dynamics shifted, with some Democrats advocating for civil rights, leading to a complex realignment of the party's ideas and affiliations over time. The 20th century shift. From Woodrow Wilson's presidency to FDR's New Deal, the Democratic Party morphed into the champion of economic reform and social welfare. The Republican Party. The Republican Party, also known as the GOP, was founded in 1854. The Republican Party emerged to stop slavery spread into new territories, drawing members from the collapsing Whig Party and other anti-slavery groups. The party unified various anti-slavery factions. Its formation marked a critical stance against slavery, aiming to protect the Union and foster economic growth without slave labor. The Republicans' effort culminated in Abraham Lincoln's 1860 election, leading to the Civil War and ending slavery. Thomas Nast, a famous 19th century cartoonist, first drew the elephant as the symbol for the Republican Party in 1874. His cartoon in Harper's Weekly showed the elephant representing the Republicans' strength and intelligence. Elephants are big, strong, and have long memories, traits Nast thought matched the GOP. Over time, the Republican Party adopted the elephant as its official symbol, using it to show their power and unity. Under Abraham Lincoln, the Republican Party, rooted in anti-slavery, led the Civil War efforts to end slavery. Lincoln's 1863 Emancipation Proclamation and the subsequent 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, defined the GOP's early commitment to freedom and equality. Following the 1929 stock market crash and onset of the Great Depression, the U.S. political scene shifted dramatically. Herbert Hoover, the Republican president at the time,
I just don't want to be Herbert Hoover,
struggled to manage the economic crisis. This led to a loss of public confidence in the Republican Party. The Reagan Revolution. The 80s brought a conservative overhaul, with Reagan pushing for less government, family values, and a strong anti-communist stance. The heart of the parties. Republican ideals. Prioritizing small government, strong military, and traditional values with a keen focus on individual liberty and free market. The Democratic Party's ideals. Advocating for a robust federal role in social services, environmental stewardship, and a progressive stance on civil rights and gun control. Political socialization. The making of a voter. Imagine, if you will, a family gathered around the dinner table, discussing the day's events. The parents, both avid followers of political news, share their opinions on the latest policy changes. Their teenage daughter listens intently, absorbing not just the facts, but also the underlying values and beliefs her parents express. This scene is a classic example of political socialization in action. Family influence plays a pivotal role in shaping an individual's political attitudes and beliefs. Parents and other family members often act as the primary agent of political socialization, subtly transferring their political preferences and ideals to their children. This transfer of ideals can happen through casual conversations, reactions to news events, or even through the family's choice of media consumption. Research shows that children often grow up to hold political views similar to their parents. This isn't just coincidence. It's the result of years of exposure to certain viewpoints and values within the family setting. While it's true that individuals can develop their political beliefs independently, the foundation often starts at the family dinner table, where the seeds of political ideals are planted and nurtured. Education and social identities. Schooling and social circles add a layer to your political identity, shaping your worldview. Race, gender, religion, and nationality also play crucial roles in shaping political beliefs. These social identities can influence political perspectives through shared experiences and collective history. Social groups provide a sense of belonging and a framework for interpreting political issues. Historical impact. The Great Depression and the Reagan era significantly shifted U.S. political leanings. During the Great Depression, economic struggles led to widespread support for Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal, reflecting a desire for more government intervention. In contrast, the Reagan era in the late 20th century marked a shift toward conservative values, focusing on deregulation and tax cuts. These periods show how major events can influence public political ideology, shifting from a preference for government assistance to conservative economic approaches. What's your take on all of this? Share your thoughts down below. Hit that like button if you found this video to be informative, and subscribe to somewhere in the middle. In the next video, we will explore how social media and major news networks help contribute to the divide in the United States. I'm Jay from Somewhere in the Middle, and I approve this message.